What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And with the Shadow Legacy update, there were so many changes they couldn't even fit them all in the patch notes. So today we're going to go over every single one that I know. I know that there's going to be a lot more than just the ones that I say here, but I'm going to go over the bigger ones that got really overshadowed by, of course, the new sites and all of the new operators and stuff like that people are more hyped about than these little changes that went completely unrecognized. So just keep in mind there's going to be a lot more changes that weren't stated on the patch notes or that I'm saying here that you're going to just learn along the way. But I'm just giving you a little baseline here, because if we stated every single change and every single gadget change and every single weapon change and stuff like that, we would be here for quite a while. So the first thing I want to talk about in this new update is the new bomb and the new bomb detection system for drones. So the first thing we should talk about is the new bomb. That's what the first thing you're going to notice whenever you load into a game this next season. You're going to realize that they have panels on each side where you previously were able to have pixel angles onto various locations. For anyone that has used these pixel angles or been killed by these pixel angles, you know that these are super overpowered. So honestly, nothing bad came from this besides it maybe looking a little bit less clean. Those panels do not look the best, but honestly, it was necessary for this game. It's a great change. It was just something that went really under the radar. It wasn't posted in any patch notes. And another thing that went really under the radar is the new detection system for spotting the bomb on your drone. If you guys have played this game for any amount of time and have played the bomb game mode, which obviously you have if you've ever played a ranked game or even an unranked game for that matter, you have ran into this issue once or twice before, or maybe a few hundred times in most of your cases probably. And that is when you are just staring at the bomb and it is not detecting it with your drone. And after 5 years, they finally did it, boys. We have the new drone detection system. But while we're talking about drones, it's a good time to bring up the new Ping 2.0 system, and not just the basics of the Ping 2.0. Everyone knows about that, but there are a lot of low-key things that they did with the Ping 2.0 that you should know about and you should actually use come next season. You're going to be ahead of the curve if you know these things. The first thing is something I just found completely randomly while playing the game, and that is when I was looking at a gadget and actually pinged it. Now you might be thinking, oh cool, that's awesome, whatever, you pinged a gadget. Yeah, we know. But the big thing with that is it also revealed the operator. So if I ping a Jaeger ADS, it will reveal Jaeger as the operator. Same thing with Maestro cams, Vault cams, stuff like that. But the one caveat to this one thing is, what about Goyu shields? Because obviously if you know anything about the shields, is they look the same from the front. Very minor differences. If you look through the glass, you'll be able to see the little gas canister, the gas tank that Goyu shields do have. Now what's sweet about the Ping 2.0 system, if you do ping the front of the shield, it will not reveal Goyu as an operator. It'll instead just say it's a shield. If you are from the back, however, it will reveal him as Goyu. So that's just kind of a fun fact to know. Another thing that is really small is Yana actually being able to use the Ping 2.0. This one is really flying under the radar. I don't know why. This is a huge buff for Yana. The main thing with Yana and why she wasn't really played in outside of like actual team organized play is because you actually need really good communication whenever you are trying to drone out as a Yana. You're not able to ping or anything like that, but now you're going to be able to go in, actually ping stuff, actually help your team out. And so it'll actually be used in solo queue is what I'm guessing, or at least it's what I'm hoping. Operators that take a lot of communication usually don't get picked very often, and by adding this where you could just actually ping and don't actually have to talk, that adds that laziness factor, and a lot of people are quite lazy when they're playing video games, obviously. So my hopes for this buff is that she gets used more. In fact, she has unlimited drones, so I don't know why she really wouldn't be used more. You have your normal 2 drones, of course, and then you have your Yana replicator, which can be used as many times as you can, as long as you don't get a shot and have to wait the whole cooldown. So that's enough about the Ping 2.0 system, but I want to talk about the whole new reinforced hatches thing. So they're adding this to the test server just to test it out. It's just to get some user feedback from all of us. And at this point, I see no issue with the reinforced hatches, as we did get this new hard breach gadget, so it's easier to open stuff up like that. We have no idea when this is going to go into the live servers, or if it's even going to go into live servers. Another possible way would be adding an operator that has a throwable reinforcement. That could be a potential future gadget that I could see coming. So that wasn't really my main point with the reinforced hatches. Instead, I wanted to talk about the new 1 million point health pool that reinforced hatches now have. So this is something that's really just been in the game all along, but was never really set in stone. But now we have this for the new hard breach charge, and we have insight on how much damage or how much health pool this will actually take away from hatches and stuff like that. So just talking damage point percentage wise, thermite exothermic charges, they do 1 million damage. So that is a maximum damage that any of these will do, while one Habana pellet will do 250k. So it'll take 4 pellets at least to open up a 1 million health pool hatch. Then a Maverick torch will do 87k per impact that you do with the torch. So it takes quite a lot with the Maverick. And then the Selma, which is Ace's new gadget, is 500k. Now, as for our new hard breaching charge, it is actually going to be doing 1 million. So the same as Thermite for hatches. All this does is really reinforce the fact that we don't need a Thermite to be getting hatches ever in any situation, because it's going to do the same job no matter what. You could use a little hard breach charge, or you could use the big old exothermic charge on one hatch, and it's going to do the same thing regardless. So moving on down, let's talk about AR calibers and down. So basically SMG, any caliber under an AR caliber is going to be following the same physic, as in it is only going to be able to go through one wall now, and those random headshots that are through 2 walls will no longer happen. So all this means is it's still going to be able to go through one wall just fine no matter what. As long as it's a soft wall, it'll be able to shoot through it. Same thing with barricades, stuff like that. But once you're trying to penetrate through multiple layers of walls, it's no longer going to be useful or effective. And that is because they changed how strong the bullets actually are and how they actually react with walls. So no more spraying through 3 walls. So sorry guys if that's your play style, but you're gonna have to switch it up. So now on to the barricading. So if you did watch my barricading video from a few weeks ago, one thing is now gonna be irrelevant once Shadow Legacy comes. That is where I show you guys how to one punch through a window and actually be able to vault through after just one punch. So as you guys do know, if you did watch that, if you do hit a window or a small door in the correct spot and be able to get like 6 panels basically is what I would say, it'll let you vault through. But that is no longer gonna be the case here in Shadow Legacy. They fixed it so it'll have to be a 2 punch no matter what. My opinion on this change is hopefully they revert it. Honestly, I think it made sense that the small doors and small windows acted differently than the big doors and the big windows. It made perfect sense to me why a big window you weren't able to one punch and vault through, while a small window you were, because there's less panels and it's honestly like double the panels, so maybe double the punches makes a little bit of sense. But that's just my 2 cents on that whole deal with the barricading. As for something you aren't gonna know until you play the game or at least watch some footage on the game, is that little really small dot that is in the center of your screen. This is something so entirely small, but it does make the world of change. And currently right now, I see so many pro players and higher ranked players complaining about this because they spent so much time trying to figure out where exactly the middle of their screen was, and they spent hundreds of hours on this exact topic at hand. Now I understand where they're coming from, but a lot of players don't even understand that this dot actually helps them so much. This helps your crosshair placement so much if you didn't know that. But the thing with it is, if you wanted the dot so badly, you can just get one of those monitors or get a plugin or an app that puts a dot in the middle of your screen. It's not that crazy of a thing, and a lot of players actually probably already did that before this dot came in, so it really just levels out the playing field, and that's why I personally like that dot being in the middle of the screen. But that's going to do it for the new additions and new hidden changes coming here in Shadow Legacy. These were the big ones. Obviously, there's lists of hundreds of things that have changed in Siege. The test servers right now are looking really glitchy. I've been having so many glitches when I've been playing. It's still been fun, very refreshing. But for those of you guys who always ask when the next season is, first of all, they don't actually ever put a date on it, but it's looking like it's going to be that full 2 weeks at least until they release it, because of how many glitches there are currently in the game. The new map, there's plenty of glitches. Like honestly, sometimes you spawn and you will just die because you get auto detected outside and it kills you. It's really rare, but there's still a lot of things that need to get fine-tuned up until it's ready for the live servers. So just be patient here and know that I don't know the exact date. No one knows the exact date. I'm sure the developers don't even know the exact date at this point. They obviously have time goals in the test server where it says Chalet. It does say 16 days remaining. So if that says anything, that's probably when it's about going to come out. So you can assume early September is when you guys are going to be allowed to play the live server on console. And that's all I have for you guys today. I have been doing a lot of researching on the new ADSing. So let me know if you guys want to see how to actually transfer your ADS times and stuff like that. Come with the new screen. The accessibility screen kind of screwed up all ADS times. So if you want to know how to fix that, I can make a video on it if you want to see that. But that's going to do it for this one, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Peace out.